Hello, my name is Nathan McDonald, the Kretzu Forum, and I'm here at the FiRe 2014 conference interviewing our FiReStarters this week. And very pleased to have Drummond with the Respect Network, who's with us here. Welcome. Congratulations on being a FiReStarter this week, Drummond.
Thank you very much, Nathan.
If you could, just take us back to kind of where all this got started, and as the team came together, and the idea around the innovation that you guys have put together. If you could just let the folks know what you guys are doing and kind of where all this came from.
Sure. Well, what we're doing is we're building the world's first global private network of personal and business clouds. And where it came from was I've been working on internet identity, security, and privacy for almost 20 years now. Different issues in that space. And it's been a long, slow progression as we've been trying to tackle these very hard problems. Been working on open protocols and technology solutions for that, but it's slowly been working up to higher level solutions like legal ones. And protocols like OpenID, information cards, was very involved with those. And then something happened that came along and sort of changed the playing field, and it was the social networks, the large social networks. Facebook in particular was, just grew to such a size that suddenly it was one of the easiest ways to sort of prove your identity and share information out there was to do it through Facebook. And so log in with Facebook buttons started proliferating around the internet, and sites would say, oh yeah, come and you don't need a new username and password, you can just use a login with Facebook button. And it increased the convenience tremendously, but it also started to raise a real privacy issue about all this information going through one hub and one company that controlled all that information. And so a few years ago, as Facebook approached 1 billion members, those of us who've been working on developing this privacy respecting infrastructure said, wait a minute, there's a whole new model for us here. If 1 billion people will join a social network where all the data is centralized, and one company has access to everything, controls all the terms, and can monetize the data through advertising and data brokering, then how many people would join a network where everything was inverted and the entire network was designed to protect and respect their privacy? That was the generation of the idea 3 years ago.
Wow, that's a really powerful idea. I mean, we've seen Facebook and people's willingness just to give up their privacy, their photos, everything about themselves up to internet advertisers. So you guys are coming at it from a completely different direction. The Respect Network, can you talk about what that means and how that ties into the launch that you guys have coming up? What is it that you guys are launching?
Yes. Well, so what it means if you want to create a network that is privacy by design from the ground up is, first of all, there's a technical layer, and it can't be centralized. You can't be putting all your information in one place. Okay. I mean, if the typical example we use both with audiences and investors about what the Respect Network is for, sharing your medical records, right? If you want to be able to do that as an individual, you're not going to want to put them into some centralized database where another company has access to it, right? So in a decentralized network, you as an individual, you have to have a personal cloud. You choose where you want it. You choose a provider for it, just like you choose your bank or your email provider. And the businesses on the network, they have their clouds, right? So it ends up being a globally distributed peer-to-peer network of personal business clouds. So that's what you need at the technical layer. Now, on top of that, you need a completely different kind of legal agreement, of user agreement. You're not going and accepting in terms of Facebook or Google or Twitter for sharing of information. So that's why we developed what we call the Respect Trust Framework. And that's a very simple, universal legal agreement that the data on this network, the sharing of data, will be private, and every member of the network will agree, I'm going to respect the privacy of your data. I'm going to use it by permission. I'm going to protect it. I'm going to enable it to be portable so you can move it where you need. And the last P, the proof, is I, as a person, and every business agrees, I'm going to be part of reputation systems throughout the whole network. So that's the legal design. Finally, what we had to have is a business model on top of that that said, how do you sustain this network? How can people and businesses believe this is going to protect their privacy on an ongoing basis? And it can't be through advertising and data brokering because it's all private.
Yeah.
So the model we used was based on the credit card networks.
Okay.
That's a globally scalable network where everyone knows a business, when it joins the network, says, I'm going to pay a fee for all the transactions that are done with me to sustain the banks and Visa or MasterCard and the network for providing that trusted network for those interchanges. We said we can do the same thing for a global cloud network. Only what companies are agreeing to pay is not an interchange fee, a commission on transactions. It's a relationship fee. For all the clouds they connect to, they're saying, okay, I'm going to pay a little bit to sustain the network. And all of those connections remain private. None of the data has to go through a central hub.
Wow. So the timing here with the FiReStarters conference is quite timely as you guys are launching the big kit and caboodle here over the next few months. So can you talk about where you guys are at in terms of the development and then the launch and what, for folks who want to get involved and partner and support and get on the platform, how do they do that?
It's fantastic timing. We have been building the network for the last 3 years, both technical, legal, business foundation. 2 years ago, we started a founding partner program for other companies. One company can't build this alone. So that's now grown to 50 companies in the program. And at about the start of the year, we said, okay, we're far enough. We're ready to get the network out there. We have the basis in place. On this network, every individual and every business has a cloud name. So it's an address for their cloud that is a lifetime private address. And we said, we're ready now. Actually, one of our strategic founding partners, Newstar, is one of the leading registry companies in the world. And they're actually running that registry. So we said, we're ready to start registering people and businesses onto this network. And since it's a network for people, of the people, by the people, for the people, then we said the way to really sustain this is to get it going is for people to be funding it. And it's not crowdfunding, it's cloud funding on a global scale. So we said, let's go out and open the network and have a campaign to get the first 1 million members onto the network as individuals who are agreeing to actually pay to join the network and help fund it so they can believe that it's going to protect their privacy. So that campaign starts on June 23rd in London. It's actually the launch is at London City Hall. And then it's one city per week for 5 weeks. So after London, it's San Francisco, Sydney, Tel Aviv, and Berlin.
Wow. Well, couldn't be more excited to see the launch and see what the traction that you guys get to that first 1 million members. Any idea how long it'll be to get to that first 1 million members? Can you handicap it for us?
Oh, the estimates vary all from, we can do it in 30 days to it'll take us the rest of the year. Okay. I just got off a call with the founding partners. We have calls every week on PR and preparing for the launch. And the excitement level is running very high. FiReStarter was a perfect timing this year. The theme, the CTO challenge of the conference is privacy versus security. How can technology solve those? So it's just overall the market timing since the Snowden revelations has really put a focus on this issue. So it's what's your guess, Nathan?
Yeah, I was going to say I think you guys will hit it pretty quick. I think there's a lot of pent up demand for this kind of thing out there. I think if you get the distribution and people understand what it is, I think there's really no place you can go and sign up and get this kind of value out there in the marketplace today. So I'm excited to see how it works. So we're at the FiRe conference. Obviously, you want to get the message out about the platform. How can people, respond to that message? What can they do? What are you guys hoping to accomplish this week at the FiRe? Are you looking for more founding partners? Are you looking for more people to sign up? What can the audience here, as well as the folks watching online, do to get involved?
Absolutely. Interestingly, we're not really we don't need any more founding partners at this point, and yet 2 more in the FiReStarter group are potential founding partners because they got excited just talking about. So we are always open to that. Okay. There's actually a few that we won't be announcing until the London launch on June 23rd because they are companies we've been in discussions with for a long time that I think it's going to have a real impact, that they're going to be part of it. But yes, if there are companies or attendees here, please talk to me about that. We are right now in the private invitation period, and I actually have a special version of my business card here that has the private invitation URL and small print right down here. So if anyone's here at the conference, this, by the way, is a cloud name. It starts with an equal sign for an individual. So if you do want a private invitation to register before June 23rd, just talk to me and you'll get one of these cards.
All right. Well, congratulations, Drummond. We're going to FiReStarter this year. Look forward to getting the word out to everybody here and online. Thanks.